Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog on my coaching philosophy in strength and conditioning. So I'd say around 95% of the athletes that I coach are tactical athletes in the British Army. So my role as head of physical development at an infantry battalion, we have around 20 coaches in my facility, and we are all responsible to deliver training to around 550 soldiers and basically get them fit enough and robust enough to deploy anywhere around the world. So one of the biggest issues the British Army have had with strength and conditioning in the last 10, 15, 20 years is all the training has not been specific at all. It's been random training. The guy who is in charge of that particular group of people would do what he more than likely enjoyed. There was no periodization. There was no working on the weaknesses. It was just everyone is to do this, and that's the way it is. As you can imagine, with a lot of junk mileage, junk volume training, injuries were high. A lot of guys were getting injured before they even left the UK and deployed around the world. Most of our musculoskeletal injuries were happening within the gymnasium and within running exercises, just down to the sheer volume of mileage that these individuals were doing. So as a coach, this led me down to figure out what approach I want to do with my soldiers. So trying to get away from the junk volume training and junk mileage, something I introduced with my soldiers was to periodize their training. So we split them into 3 phases. So we have a foundation phase, a resilience phase, and a specific phase, okay? So the specific phase is basically when they are due to deploy, we may come into the specific phase for a short period of time because the intensity goes up, the volume goes up. We're trying to get our athletes to peak, ready to go on their deployment. As you can imagine, this is when the biggest risk is. So we sway away from going into there unless it's absolutely necessary. I'd say around 70 to 80% of our soldiers are staying in the resilience phase, and we're cycling this, which includes deload weeks, testing weeks, and numerous goals within this phase. And they will stay here continuously, ready to go into the specific phase. For the guys who don't meet the standards on the screening tests or the assessments that we run in the gym, they go into the foundation phase. This is the lowest level of fitness we can offer within the British Army, and they will stay here, getting assessed and monitored until they are ready to transition into the foundation phase, which is the bulk of our training, okay? So that's the system I run as a coach, and a lot of the British Army are now using this system, which is really good to see, getting away from the junk mileage. So moving into more the specifics of my personal interaction as a coach. So the British Army is famous for basically do as you're told. So PT for years has just been do as you're told. Whatever I say, you do. Don't question me. Don't talk to me, don't make no noise, literally do as I say, whether that be 1,000 burpees, a squat, it doesn't matter, do as you're told. So how I'm trying to approach it now, and the newer coaches within the British Army, is when you come into the gymnasium for the session, it's a two-way street. There's a lot of communication, we're talking about how they feel, they're asking questions, we're educating our soldiers on why we're doing things. I'm a big believer in when we're coaching, we try and explain why we're doing something in terms of their vocational job. So if an infantry soldier is doing something in the gym, I'm keen to explain to him what that translates and what it means for him and his job role. So another point which is quite important when talking about my coaching philosophy is understanding the bigger picture of the team or the organisation's output. So if you need to be this fit to deploy on this deployment, and this is the required standard, we want to be in and around above it. We don't want to be up here, because pushing on and trying to be the best elite athlete we can, or tactical athlete, comes with the risk. Are you risking getting injured by pushing to this point? So everything's controlled with my coaching. Everything is, do we need to be doing this? Sort of the minimal effective dose. I feel like that has a big part to play in the risking of injury. So although we're trying to get bigger, faster, stronger, we have to look at the risk always, because it's risk over reward when it comes to coaching and our output. So that is a quick 5-minute outlook on my coaching philosophy for strength and conditioning. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.